$350,000 a month times 12 months equals what the hell is wrong with? Well, as per my YouTube algorithm that consistently harasses me and feeds me things that I cannot control, and as I've has stated in my last 3 or 4 or 5 videos, I have decided to stop fighting it and join the rhetoric club. I've been told through various videos that influencers are going broke. Now, to be fair, I didn't understand the difference. This was about 4 or 5 years ago between an influencer and a content creator. Around the pandemic, I started to notice something odd on people that I would usually watch. I felt like every single person was hawking something. I couldn't pinpoint it because I watched different types of creators for different types of issues, or let's say just enjoyment. And I started to notice that a lot of them were predominantly doing Amazon links. It piqued my curiosity. I think prior to the pandemic, I didn't really pay attention to it in the sense that I would watch people say, oh, 25 items I picked at Amazon that I think that you should get, and I actually enjoyed some of them in the sense that they were actually trying out things and showing you. I may not have bought anything from them, but I liked that they were trying to show us physically, whether it's makeup, beauty, skincare, clothing. I enjoyed a lot. I remember back even before that, the lookbook days. And I felt that maybe prior to 2012, a lot of people were a lot more honest about their reviews, which is a little different than doing a review, having a link, and then, saying everything looks great. It was not until I started to go on TikTok to find out what the hell is this Amazon, or I'm not even influencer going broke stuff that's happening, and people who disdain influencers, which is another thing that's happening. Everybody wants to de-influence the influencers. That's when I realized how much money these people were actually making. Not all, but a lot. And that's when I said, now we have a video to make. So, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lena. And if you're here for the first time, I hope that you find this video to be useful, valuable, funny, whatever the heck it is that makes you want to click that subscribe button, to actually leave a comment below, maybe even share, hype, and like, and everything else that the YouTube algorithm gods have been doing to everybody else's video and to me to get to people to view the video. I'm going to stand on that until I get more views. But I do have something to say. I did gain 23 new subscribers. So hello to all my 23 new subscribers and welcome to my channel, because you know what? Mama say, mama sawa makusa. Mama say, mama sawa makusa. Welcome to my channel and to my lovely community. So, broke influence. What is happening? Can we talk about this? Can we be real about this for a second? So, listen, I found this video on TikTok, and this is a guy talking about an influencer that was making $350,000 a month. Do you understand? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? A month. Now, I don't know who this influencer that he's berating on TikTok, but let's take a look at what he has to say, and then I'm going to come back and give you my quick thoughts. Let's go.
How the hell do you go from making $350,000 a month as an influencer to now where you're on this app crying that you cannot afford your $25,000 a month mortgage? Like, sell your house. That's the first thing most people are thinking when they hear that you're struggling to pay a $25,000 per month mortgage. And also, you're telling me while you were making $350,000 a month, you didn't think that it would have been a good idea to save any of your money? I have no ounce of sympathy for you whatsoever, because again, there's no way you were making $350,000 and you didn't save, nor did you invest any of that money for a rainy day. That was stupid. Being a full-time influencer is not a stable job. You can be the it person right now, and 6 months from now, no one cares about you or your content. 350K a month, and you're now broke? Yeah, nah, that's on you. You stupid. You could have took 2 months' salary and just bought a house cash, and you would not be in that situation right now where you're worried about paying a mortgage for $25,000 a month because the money's drying up.
Okay. $350,000 a month times 12 months equals, what the hell is wrong with you? You're making more money than the top doctors in the United States. Right here. Okay. Because I looked at it. I checked. I'm like, no, that's not possible. What? First of all, when did this start? Did it happen when the AdSense got rolled out on YouTube maybe 10, 12 years ago? Did it happen when sponsorships threw money at everybody and I was not on that train? I was actually, on the working train, like, whistle while you work train over there. Because I feel like this gold rush that's happened to the influencers, which YouTube was the catalyst to this because they weren't actually in the gold rush. They were just giving you the shovel, right? Until, you shoveled out the gold to the point that it's exhausted now. Does anybody remember that analogy? People who were making money in the gold rush era were not the people who were actually gold rushing. It was the people selling the shovel for them to do the gold rush. That's how I feel like YouTube and all this stuff is going on. But these people made a gold rush. Now, not everybody was making 300, not that I'm aware of, but I know that I've noticed a lot of vloggers that I was religiously watching. Suddenly there's a strange change in their content. Some of them try to sell you more stuff. Some of them say, oh, the link is in my bio. I'm wearing this. Look at my outfit. Look at my Chanel bag. Look at this. And I'm like, okay. I realize that you can earn a commission. I've tried that. I've had Amazon links for lesser stuff, things that I actually use, which I tried it. I probably should try it again. But the reality is, unless you religiously follow me and you like all of my makeup, all of my looks, what am I doing? I prefer to do a little bit of merch, which I'm going to get back into. I'm doing it through, I think it's Shopify or Printify. I like my tote bags. I'm actually going to revitalize that. I specifically like that because there's one thing that I noticed about in New York, which coming back from living in Miami for 15 years, which they don't do this, and then coming back to New York was a shock. When you go shopping, food shopping specifically for me, um, they don't give you plastic bags anymore. You either have to buy their bags that are like earth friendly, or you have to get a collection of bags. And otherwise, you're going out there with your hands. They don't do that in Miami, and at least in Florida. You get plastic bags when you go to the Publix and to the supermarkets. So we have a lot of tote bags. So and I go to the supermarket and I see a lot of people with tote bags, like just even bags that they've collected throughout the years. I'm like, wow, this was a big difference, and I really like the tote bags, and I'm revitalizing that. But I'm not gonna hawk it to you. If you want to get it, I'll put the link up. I think it's still there. I haven't changed what I've done already. I'm not gonna push it to you. If you want to get it because you like it and you want to support me, great. I appreciate that. But the difference I'm feeling now is that when I watch other creators, other than the paid sponsorships, which, that's different, which I'm presuming this woman that was making 300, or this person or influencer that was making $350,000. Let's go back to this. A month. She must have gotten a lot of PR packages, a lot of sponsorships. She must have been linking everything from her toenails to her eyebrows. I don't know. I have no clue. I just know that I have noticed a huge influx in my algorithm about people who hate these influencers. They want the influencer economy to crash. There's this the influencers thing. And here's my take on this. I enjoyed it when there was honest reviews. Checking my mic again because I do this a lot. I forget to turn it on. Makeup, hair, whatever it was. That I haven't felt that sense of honest reviews anymore in at least 6 years. And I realize it's because they're being sponsored by these people, so they really can't give an honest review. And the money that these people were getting paid to do this was not in the for depending on the influencer and their platform. They was upwards of $10,000. If you had an agency signed up and they were making these deals for you, great, even more. My issue is this. Let's take a look at this woman who I think she's an agent for marketers, for influencers. Let's take a look at what she says and let's get back to this, okay? Because I found this to be very intriguing as well. Let's take a look.
I think we're witnessing the end of the influencer era, and this is coming from someone who works with them. Let me explain. The thing that's happening is that the content surrounding lifestyle has become a loop. Everything is so repetitive. You would see the same products, the same aesthetics, the same way of presentation, the same routines being presented by everyone over and over again. So what was once working because it felt aspirational now just feels replaceable and is falling flat. It's not just the consumer that is getting tired of this, but it's also the algorithm who's been rewarding novelty more and more. As a brand owner, and from what I've been noticing and reading, I can safely tell you that in 2025, brands are looking for value creators. So creators who have careers, who have businesses, who have a special perspective on a certain topic, creators who have a very specific niche. So they want someone who gives perspective, not just product placement, because product placement creators are everywhere. And I see this shifting even with the influencers that I personally choose to work with. I want the creators that represent my brand to actually represent values, to represent work ethic, to represent a very specific perspective that I feel is shared with my brand. I've worked with influencers, I've seen the numbers, and the return on investment just isn't the same as it was before, unless the creator is offering something more. Creators who are essentially experts in a given topic or a given niche just know how to build a better trust and better presence with their community. So it's not necessarily the end of creators, but the future of influencing isn't just going to be pretty pictures. The people are asking for people who stand for something.
Okay. So I firmly believe that the influencing is not going to change in the sense that it's not going to go away. Why? Because we're still getting fed ads, whether it's through influencers, YouTube, content creators, regular television. I'm pointing because my television is right in front of me. You are still getting ads for beauty, skincare, medications, whatever it is. This has been since the age of before being on television. Okay. Before it was in the movie theaters, it was in the streets, billboards. You know, we're never going to stop marketing. We're never going to stop advertisements. It's the way that it will be changed for the online normal person, because at the end of the day, we're still, whether you're making $350,000 a month or not, because I didn't even know who this person was. Okay. Doesn't matter. They're either going to use a celebrity or they're going to try to find a celebrity type influencer that's going to do this. I would love for marketing, and it's not going to happen because it's impossible because it'll ruin their brand, obviously, to give people who review their products an honest review, pros and cons. I'd rather have a pros and cons than all pros while you're trying to con me. Okay. Second problem I have is that I firmly believe that financial responsibility, investment, understanding credit card, debt, inflation, the Fed, increasing the interest rates should all be taught in high school. I've said that for years. I would have loved to have understood that because not everybody's going to college, ironically. And the ones that are going to college are bitching and moaning they can't find a job. Okay. And they may not take that class. But I think as a country, people in high school should learn, even if they're learning to save their allowance, their Christmas gifts, their birthday gifts. What does that mean for you? How do you make it grow? Understand the markets, understand why the Fed is increasing or decreasing inflation, interest rates, everything. Because people, the general public, don't understand that. Unless something blows up on the news, and now that thankfully we have Google to figure it out, it's really not taught. It should be taught in high school. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you another thing that shocked the hell out of me when I came and to take care of 2 kids. I didn't know that in New York City, I don't know anywhere else, and if anyone else is doing this, please let me know, that everybody passes. There is no fail. You get to the next grade no matter what. I was like, say what? What does that mean? Exactly. So you could be doing horrible and you still get to the next grade. Who did this? When did this happen? I don't remember this. I remember that I had to go to summer school if I wasn't going to pass, and nobody wanted to go to summer school because if you didn't know this, most New York City schools don't have air conditioners and you will suffer in the heat, okay? You had to get a passing grade or you get left back. These 2 girls that are here that I'm with, one is 9, one is 10. The one that's 9 never gets any homework. Never. Ever, 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 ever. I actually told their mom, I said, what, is this a school or a babysitting club? The 10-year-old comes back with only math. I haven't seen a science project. I used to do science projects. I used to have those big boards and put all the projects. I don't see them doing writing or reading or arithmetic. I'm like, hold back at the truck up. Today, one of the girls had library. I'm like, is that a class? No deference to people who are librarians. They make very good money, but is that a class? What do you mean you have library? Like, they never do anything creative. They have, I'm glad that they have music, which they took away in my generation, but hello, what about all the other important things that needed to get learned? And then if that's what they're doing, they're diluting these grades. Now, what's going to happen when they go to high school? A lot of these people who are making or had made all this money, I'm sorry, on these algorithm type platforms have zero understanding of financial fiscal responsibility. Some of them are so young, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, that haven't even graduated from high school to even go to college to understand this. They don't even understand what a 1099 is, or how to make sure that you keep enough taxes back, because you know what? Mr. Taxman will come and get you. He's going to get you. Because you think that you're going to get free stuff and you're not going to have to pay taxes? Guess what? All those PR packages you get, you're getting charged for that. There is no place to learn how this influencing marketing or influencing lifestyle really works either, which I don't expect it to be taught in college, but there should be some sort of legitimate course. Of course, until the influencers are being influenced out or de-influenced it, because a lot of these companies don't want to even pay for these people anymore, which, okay, great. I don't understand it because I haven't got a paid sponsorship. I got a few Amazon links that are probably dead by now because I only have 90 days to turn it over. And I'm like, yeah, I'll work on that. I got crap to do. I believe in certain products that I enjoy, and I've shared it with you in a few other videos. But at the end of the day, I'm not throwing myself into this, which I wish I did 10 years ago. 300. Okay, let's go back to 300. And this may not be the norm, but I know that from other YouTubers and TikTokers that they were making bank. And what I've scarily see now is not only them going down a really dark rabbit hole between credit card debt, going back to their 9-to-5 jobs, crying on these apps about needing money, blah, 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 or worse, their followers turning on them, their followers and the non-followers turning on them, the algorithm not feeding them anymore. People are not clicking on their links because they've had 500 links and every day they make a video and this is their new favorite thing, which that's when I started to pick up something was wrong. I was like, what's going on? What's happening here? You can have 25 favorite Amazon things every single day. Impossible. And everything is fantastico. Everything looks perfect. Everything is fits and this is wonderful. I'm like, yo, have you tried looking at the ratings in Amazon products and the people who rate them. I always look at the ones that rate them the least, and I don't even believe their ratings anymore. Unless there's a video or a picture, I don't even believe it anymore. It's impossible to freaking shop. I wanted to go out and get like a wetsuit or something like that because I want to enjoy the pool or something to that effect. And I got overwhelmed by either people saying everything is wonderful and everything's great and they have a wonderful ad and they have a wonderful picture down to the, this fits horrible. This is a horrible brand. This is how I'm like, I I physically need to go out and buy things and touch it myself at this point. I'm sick of it. Sick to look at it because I can't determine who's telling the truth anymore. So this leads into influencers. Are you telling me the truth? Because I don't understand. Like, what's happening? What's going on? What is this? So to my surprise, a lot of them are going broke and they're going back to their 9 to 5 jobs. So you tell me, have you been influenced? What were you influenced on by? I only been influenced to buy something twice in my life. Because I really, not because I like the content creator. I really like the product and I was glad that I found it. And I found a few reviews, negative and positive, not in the same review, but the positive looked better. And I actually thought it was a great product. So I actually purchased it. I was like, all right, I can live with that. But you tell me, are you still watching these? Have you noticed that a lot of people who casually product placement their stuff? Listen, when I put a product up, you're going to know it's a product. Okay? There's no bones about it. I will when I find something that I think it's worth. I've already done my makeup review. I'm changing up my makeup. So I haven't changed my lipstick, but I don't wear the eyeliner anymore. That's because of my aging. When I find something that I feel that it's worth and it's been out and people are looking at it and you want to try it, I will do that. I have no shame in that. But it's going to be a review because I want to tell you my pros and cons because not everything cannot be perfect. Okay. Don't lie to me. Stop lying to me, Lucy. Everything cannot be perfect. And you cannot have 6 videos a week about all your wonderful finds that you found everywhere and everything is wonderful. I'm sick to it. I'm sick to look to it. Okay. So I had to come in here because, I don't know how I fell into these influencer hate, de-influencing, broke. I don't know where in what video I started to talk about something, or maybe I looked at something for like a millisecond and YouTube algorithm decided that, hey, Lena wants to see all 900 versions of this, so swing it to her. But like I said, every time YouTube does this, I'm going to come on here and talk about it. Yes, I am. Gosh darn it. So listen, I have another rant coming. It is about a skincare product. So stick to my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe and hype and share and comment below because I love to hear from you people. Because you know what? I'm only talking to a camera. You do realize that I cannot talk back to you. It can be very lonely sometimes. So sometimes I need someone to talk to, even if it is just texting, on the YouTube. So it is Friday. Hopefully I get this out today. And if you haven't noticed already, I want you to have a beautiful day, night, weekend, week, month, year. And from here to around the world that I don't influence at all, because I have no influence on you. I'm just a girl on the YouTube. I want to wish you a beautiful, blessed day. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.